What's one little cheap, inexpensive piece of terminal tackle that is really important if we're fishing a wacky rig worm? That's right, just a little piece of equipment that's really important. Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning. October 14th. It's chilly out here this morning. That's right, chilly out here this morning. We're having these cool nights. We're having a lot of nice warm afternoons. And finally, staying in the 70s some throughout the day. We've had a lot of 90, 95 degree, 97, 98 degree days in October. But fall is finally getting here. The trees are finally beginning to change colors a little bit. October 14, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. If you want a copy of this book, you can get it at jimmyhouston.com. If you want it personalized and autographed, we'll be happy to do it for you. Early Christmas shopping is taking place. Incredibly great Christmas gift under $20. In today's time with the inflation we've had, that's almost a stocking stuffer right there, a $20 gift. October 14th, looking in the book of Titus. That's right, Titus. Paul is writing this letter to Titus. Titus 2:6 says, "Likewise, exhort the young men to be sober-minded." Sober-minded. Don't get drunk. That's just what it's saying. Don't get drunk. Be sober-minded. It's important when fishing shallow to learn to make a soft landing with your lure. Not a big splash that might spook a fish just enough to keep it from biting. Now, if your lure splashes in the water right beside a fish, usually he's not going to swim away. Unless he's in real shallow water. Sometimes they'll just spook him and they'll swim away, but it sort of startles the fish and he might not bite, might keep him from biting. We do this, making that subtle entry into the water by making a cast that's low down to the water. Keep your bait low to the water so it doesn't have very far to fall. We slow the bait down just before it hits the water, and we actually stop it just before it drops into the water. So the bait is going out, and we slow the bait down with our thumb. We slow it down to the thumb, we throw it down, we raise our rod tip up, we stop it, and when it's stopped and not moving, it falls into the water. That makes a real nice quiet entry in the water. It's kind of like taking a baseball. You take a baseball, you pitch it up in the air and you catch it. It's going up and it's coming down. There's a split second when it's not moving. When it's not going up, it's not coming down. It's stopped. That's the split second you want your lure, when it's stopped, to fall into the water. No splash. No splash. That's what we want. Just an entry, a parting of the water. The bait just sort of parts the water. Today's verse teaches young people how to part the waters of life. If you're young, this is how you part the waters of life, by being sober-minded. Teach, exhort the young men to be sober-minded. The Apostle Paul was teaching Titus what and how to instruct young Christians how to live in such a way that they were perfect examples to friend and foe alike. You need to be an example, is exactly what he was doing. He was teaching these young Christians how to be an example. Our lives, yours and mine, should be shining examples of what living for God is all about. Living for God is all about. People should know that you and I take God seriously. God's important to us. We honor Him in everything we do, and we put Him first in our life. We should be models of good deeds. We should be models of integrity. People should be bragging about your honesty and my honesty. And we do this with joy. We do it with happiness. We do it with a smile on our face, a sparkle in our eyes. And people will want to become like us. And they want to have what we've got. We've got Jesus. We've got Jesus. When you show how great it is to be a Christian in your personal life, people will be drawn to you. You'll just be a magnet. People want to say, I want to live like him. I want to be happy like him or her. I want to have joy. I want my eyes to sparkle. I want to live in an exemplary life. I want to live an abundant life. That's because we have Jesus. They want to have what we have, and we have Jesus. Here's our tip for today. Talking about a piece of terminal tackle you can use on a wacky rig. Yeah, a little rubber O-ring. A little rubber O-ring. And we use that on that wacky worm. We got the wacky worm right there. We slide that O-ring down the middle of it, and we hook our hook inside that O-ring. That keeps those baits from tearing up. That keeps them from coming off the hook. Now, I fish now, since I'm not fishing tournaments, pretty much 100% barbless hooks. I use a barb occasionally, but not very often. Barbless hooks. And with barbless hooks, with that O-ring, if you don't have an O-ring, you lose lots and lots and lots of wacky worms. You're going to be a good customer of wacky worms. But use that O-ring, it'll help you save a lot of worms, help you catch a lot more fish, and let you fish a little bit less expensively also. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Shine, 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 sparkle. Let them know you've got Jesus. And remember, Fish lucky. I sure do love you.